go to your play tab and it'll show you what your current main quest is. Now, sometimes we'll be in the situation where either you don't want to do the main quest or you want. More commonly, as you progress through the game, you'll be in a situation where, like, my mission is complete 3 Fight the Storm, Fight Category 3, or Repair Shelter missions in the 82+ zone. So here's the 82+ isn't even available. Now, in case you did not know this, every time you do a Storm Shield defense mission, which happens after a series of like random missions like these, whenever you do that, more of this purple area out here will be expanded to you. So I'll be able to see more missions available. Now, the missions that I need to do may be available, but they're not uncovered for me to view individually. Now, if I had a friend who has already done the Storm Shield defenses that I haven't done yet, then he can or she can maybe find one that meets the criteria of what I need to do and take us in there, but I do not. So, you know, I kind of just have like 1 or 2 people that I play with. So I should focus on trying to meet up with more people that are around my level and we can do stuff together. It is fun to have a good static group. I used to, but you know, people stop playing and they take breaks or they go play Battle Royale, and you know, so do I sometimes, but so it's just, you know, I'm out of a clique of a static group now to play with. So that's that. So if you're not doing your main storyline mission, or it's not available or whatever, there's still progress to be made outside of that. And honestly, I don't even all that much. There's plenty of other stuff to be done. So there's 3 missions that if you don't like them, too bad, and you better start figuring out a way to like them, because those 3 types of missions will be the missions that you'll be running for a long time, over and over again, back to back, as because they're the best missions to do. And those are build the radar grid. Here. No. Build the radar grid. This one. Or a rescue the survivors mission, which new icon is this, or an encampment mission. Okay, those 3 missions are considered the best ones to do. Why? Because why? Because they're considered non-building missions. So unlike any other mission, like evacuate the shelter, retrieve the data, ride the lightning, deliver the bomb, Atlas missions, they're non-building missions, meaning you don't have to use resources or an exuberant amount of ammunition, I guess you could say, to complete them. And you know, people say they don't take as long. I guess that's a give or take. Like Ride the Lightnings can take shorter or longer depending on how much time you spend building, right? Because as soon as you get the blue glow and activate the van, there's just a couple minute defenses. So in actuality, they could take even shorter to do than one of those 3. But typically speaking, or generally speaking, you do the encampment or radar grid or survivors missions. These ones require, they don't require, like, necessarily. Like, I worry about technicality sometimes talking, because I could solo a Ride the Lightning, but it's going to take me resources, and I just don't want to, you know? It's just, these ones you could do on your own if nobody joins, and they don't really cost you anything. So basically what you want to do is you want to find one of those 3 missions, radar grid, survivors, or encampments, that give you the like trifecta of rewards. So not only are you just looking to do those missions, you're looking to do those missions for one of 3 things: survivor XP, lightning in a bottle, and raindrops. This guy joined. I don't know why you joined. Just join on my party. Anyways, what you want to do is you want to find one of these 3 types of missions. So radar grid, or okay, that was distracting, I'm sorry. Radar grid, rescue the survivors, or encampment missions with one of the 3 things: raindrops, survivor XP, and or lightning. Because those are the 3 things that you're going to need the most of come late game. Okay, so if you don't have any like Eye of the Storm like this one, yeah, start doing these ones too. Eventually you'll build up to the point where you don't really need too many Eye of the Storms, you don't really need too many Storm Shards, etc. Or maybe you need Schematic XP more than you need Survivor XP. Anyways, this is for like basically mid-game players at this point, this video. So like you have what hero you're using, so you don't really need hero XP. Now you're just focusing on leveling up. You want to make progress leveling up. And so those are the 3 things that you're going to go for. So you want to basically do a bunch of Eye of Storm ones, so you stockpile on those. So like get to the point where you have like 300, and then you really won't need any more for a long time. And then everything you will be needing though is going to always be raindrops, always be lightning in a bottle, and always be Survivor XP. Those are going to be the 3 things that even if right now you're not lacking them, you will be lacking them at some point. Okay, and the reason why you need raindrops all the time, like I said in previous videos, is because that's the tier 1 upgrade material, but you're going to need all the time. So you need it to evolve anything, whether it be a weapon, schematic, or trap schematic, or hero, or survivors even. When you evolve them from tier 1 to 2, you're going to need raindrops. Then 2 to 3, you're going to need raindrops and lightning. And then from 3 to 4, you're going to need raindrops, lightning, and Eye of the Storm, you know, etc. So raindrops and lightning raindrops are required all the way up through the evolution. Okay, so when you upgrade, it's required from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 5. So you end up needing, like, to get something from 1 to 5, you're going to end up needing like over 200 raindrops. Okay, so whereas you'll only need like, you know, a few storm shards, which is the 4 to 5 upgrade. So you're gonna need raindrop, and then right, because you'll need it not from 1 to 2, but you need it from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5 when you're upgrading stuff. I hope this is making sense. So the key missions that you want to do, I think I'm going on a huge that are going to be radar grid, rescue survivors, encampment, because they're non-building missions and you want to look for the trifecta. So right now on my typical day of like logging on, and this is what would be called grinding on this game. If you ever hear people talking about grinding, this is the kind of stuff you're looking for. Okay, is you're looking for a really good mission, preferably that's actually a little it to be difficult, you want it to be easy, right? And I think, yes, okay, so this one right here, look at that time remaining. So you see the mission expires in time remaining 3 hours and 27 minutes. So if I got on to grind, this would be the mission that I would be doing for the next 3 hours. Okay, and the reason being, look at that reward. You get raindrops, you get survivor XP, you get lightning, and you get, of course, with any mission, you get to spring it on gold. So that's just a bonus. But this would be the grind mission, so I guarantee you that there's going to be no problem in finding groups for this. You know, I could press it right now, and it'll probably put me into an already existing group. And if it doesn't, then, you know, if I wait a second, then it will, or whatever. So that would be the key one to do. For me, anyways, right? So you got survivor XP, you got the lightning, and you got pure drops of rain. Now, see that timed clock in the reward that where it says pure drops of rain? So that's really, I think it's going to be just because I'm blanking, it's too early in the morning for me, but that's going to be a one-time thing. So once I do this one time, I'll get the drops of rain. Every time after that, that should go away after that point, and I'll just get survivor XP and lightning and the springing on gold. But still, even so, that's great, and I'd love to stockpile lightning because I'm actually good on raindrops right now. I did a whole bunch of raindrop stuff earlier on, and now I'm like lacking on lightning in a bottle, so that would be the one that I do for a long time. And that would be what I do for the next 3.5 hours. If I wanted to grind for 3.5 hours, I would just be doing this mission. That's it. You know, stockpiling up on survivor XP and stockpiling up on lightning. That hits it perfectly. If you can find something with at least the survivor XP and then, you know, either drops of rain, lightning, or even Eye of the Storm, then do that mission back to back for as long as it's available for, if it's one of the 3 like things. Now, radar grid mission is going to be your #1 pick if it has that, but this one has like a better reward than that one, so it'd be this one. If this radar grid mission had that encampment mission, that would be what I was doing for sure, #1, because radar grid missions are by far the easiest ones, especially when you're in a full group. If you're in a group of 4, you can pretty much just build 2 radar radars, and then just either spend the rest of the time, the remaining 20 minutes of the mission or whatever it is, either harvesting or gathering resources, because your job as 1/4 of the group is considered done at that point. Now, if you have really lazy people in there that aren't building radars, then yeah, you're just going to have to do the rest of them on your own. Once you get up into the point where everybody kind of knows what they're doing, nobody's really leeching, etc., you can pretty much just go in there and build 1 or 2 radars and consider your portion of the mission done. You know what I mean? In fact, grinding can be a little bit less stressful. I don't encourage doing this, as it's like would be considered bad gaming etiquette, I guess. But like going AFK after you build 2 radar grids isn't something that people are gonna yell at you for. Now you might get trolled, you know what I mean? If people know that you're AFK, somebody will come around, lead zombies to you to kill you or something like that. Just go off and, you know, if you wanted to, you could just pretty much, you know, do the old rubber band around the controller thing to make sure your character doesn't log out, and, you know, go clean up, go start a load of laundry. Nobody's really gonna yell at you for doing that, because as long as you built your 2 radars, you know, you've done more than your share of the work in a 4-man team, and, you know, nobody's really going to be like, oh, he's AFK not helping. You know, he already built, you know, you already built 2 radars, so your job is considered done, you know, at that point. So you just go in there, you know, build your 2, and then you can just do whatever you want. You can farm, you can do whatever, you know, so that'd be something. Now, here's something to take in mind. Now, these radar grid missions, this is just something extra, okay? These radar grid missions require you to build 3. Now, late middle game, I guess you could say, like upper canny, and earlier game, like you might see people that just build the 3 and they're done. You know what I mean? Nobody goes out of the way to build the extra ones. But later in the game, you find that it's pretty much the new common standard is to build all of them. Reason being is because of this rewarded Eye of the Storm, right? Or lightning or raindrops, or whatever the case is. If we built the extra ones, like there's 3 that you build and then like 2 extra ones, if you build all of them, then you get the maximum amount. So instead of getting like, you know, 11 for building, you know, all of them, and you know that you built all of them if it says, you know, prepare for extraction at the end instead of build another one. Same thing with encampment missions, is once you did the 5 required, there's still the super encampment missions that you could do. However, it's not as common that people do those in upper level content. I'll do them all, but, you know, upper level content, I don't know, some people just don't do the super encampments because they are more difficult. They're like, you know, the 6th, 7th, and 8th ones are, you know, there's a ton of mobs, there's a ton of elite mobs that come out. You know what I mean? So sometimes you don't even have time with your group to do them all. Like, it pretty much takes the full time, or almost the full time, to do all the super encampment missions. So if you really wanted that extra reward, you have to kind of weigh the pros and cons, right? Is me using this much more ammunition during this, you know, worth the 2 extra lightning I'm gonna get, or whatever the case is, right? Definitely in lower level stuff, you want to just do it all. And then same with the rescue the survivors, right? You rescue the, what is it? 6 or 7 required, I can't even remember. And then you want to get a bonus, the bonus like 9, and get basically every single survivor that you can find, so you can have the most. So these 2, because you'd want to get all of them, are considered the more difficult of the 3 rather than radar grid, you know, because it's just really easy. You end up with like time left even after doing all the radar grids. Like you end up with like 8 minutes left, so you can just kind of AFK or go farm or whatever you want to do. So those would be the 3 to do. Right, and you want to be looking out for that great combo like this. This is just the perfect combo of stuff right here. I can't think of a better example than that one off the top of the head, you know. Let's see what else. Oh, something I wanted to mention. So if that's what you're here to find out, just about which missions to do or be doing, and how to grind or how to progress through the game, you know, aside from the campaign stuff, that's it. But I will talk a little bit now about just basic stuff like heroes. Like I mentioned in earlier videos, let's say you play a soldier, generally speaking, as your main character to play. So at level content, what are you playing as? A soldier, maybe a constructor, whatever the case is. You will eventually make like I already said in other videos, 2 other classes. Let's say if you main a soldier, you'll make at least 1 outlander, and you'll probably make, it's a good idea to make at least, make and upgrade, I mean, 1 ninja. So you have the outlander, so your soldier is your main class, you have an outlander that is specifically used to gather resources. If you ever need nuts and bolts, or you ever need resources from whatever mission, you use outlanders because you're the quickest, so you have a chance in getting double the nuts and bolts from a car, etc. And then ninjas, okay guys, are used by upper level players to play specifically lower level content like this one, the 64 mission. As I'm a level 90, I can go in and pretty much not have any difficulty with a sword and just, you know, drag and slash my way through all the encampment missions and get it done pretty easily and pretty quickly. But what's more is that while I'm using a ninja, I'm also using the least amount of my resources. I'm not even expending any ammunition to go through here and do the mission. Like, so that means, you know, I'm not using nuts and bolts. I don't need to worry about, you know, going and doing another mission in between and getting resources or getting nuts and bolts of metal to make more bullets to keep going. Like, I'm just using a sword and that's it. So that's another reason why you would want to make like a ninja later on. If you don't play one as a main, then consider making one. And I would use this guy if you have him, the Dragon Scorch guy, just because he specializes in that Dragon Slash ability, making the cone of effect like wider and longer. So it's pretty fun, it's pretty easy. Either that, or I guess Dim Mac Marie, the chick. Screen, so, but really any ninja would probably do. I think they all have the Dragon Slash ability, right? So I mean, I don't play ninjas mainly, so I don't really pay attention. I'm pretty sure that is the one that everybody gets. If you don't have the Dragon Slash ability on a specific ninja, then I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they all get it. Anyway, so those are the 3 to do. And look out for those raindrops, survivor XP. You will get to the point, if you're not already, where you need those 3 things, and you will always need the raindrops. I could use some more lightning, but I definitely am at the point where I need more survivor XP. I'm like stuck with, you know, just what I have. As if you watch my other videos, I'm sort of at the point where I'm whittling away these squads, replacing them with only legendaries. So I'm like moving the epics out. But, you know, I'm at this, let's see. Yeah, so this girl doesn't even have 50 yet. Let's see if I even have enough. Okay, I have enough to, but look, 49 to 50 took 15,000 survivor XP. So I'm at the point where now it's like I need to do stuff that my key thing to go to would be lightning in a bottle and survivor XP that I'd be looking for. I'm still even kind of low on raindrops, so. But lightning, I'm the lowest. Storm shards, you know, that's fine. Eye of the Storms is fine. So yeah, other things you could do before I forget would be to go and look at your dailies. And you can focus on these, but at the point where, if you're at the point where, because you need, you know, this is a way to get free V-Bucks as well, but, you know, whatever. But the daily coins, too, is a different form of currency aside from the Spring It On Gold, which is the current one. Just you can go in here in the weekly items and look at some of these require the daily coins as currency. So the Terminator, as I said in my guns video, is a good gun. You know, if you're worried about which gun you should be using or a good one to get this one. But keep in mind, guys, I don't know if that was the best one to recommend for newer players, just because, I mean, you'll be eating through ammunition like crazy, you know. But it's still a good gun. And then if you don't have the ceiling gas trap already, you know, that's a really good one to have. It's just annoying to make those. So, I mean, like right now I've got 1400, as you can see in the bottom middle of the screen. So, you know, if I'm at a point where weekly items come out that I'm like, oh, I want that, or oh, I want this, you know, I have 1400, so I know that these cost 700 each, so I can just get them. And then, you know, I'll work on my dailies again, or I'll focus on them to re-up my supply. But that's also a way to get free V-Bucks for any free-to-play. So anyways, yeah, that should cover everything as far as what missions you should be doing, right? So, hope this helps, and I'll make it a little bit shorter than my 40-minute ones and end it around 20 minutes. So, anyways, good luck, guys. Have fun.